Yeah, there we go. That looks really good. I like this. What's up, agents? Zero here, and welcome back to another episode of the Piston House. And before we get started, I have some good news and I've got some bad news that I want to get out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the bad news first because A, I want to not have it on my chest for a long amount of time, and B, hopefully it'll make it so that you guys will want to actually stick around for the good news, because I know you guys are probably going to want to hear this. I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So the bad news is for this episode specifically. So as you guys know, this series is the Piston House, where we're doing a whole bunch of redstone mechanics and mostly pistons, obviously. So you come to expect that there's going to be a ton of redstone work. Unfortunately, the bad news is I don't think we're going to be doing too much redstone work in this particular episode, because I do want to do a little bit of decorating in this place, because it's going to be good that I'm going to have a whole bunch of redstone stuff inside of this house to begin with. But I do need to work on some of the interior decorating of this place in order to make it look good. I do in fact have some redstone blocks and some normal pistons. I do plan on working on the dining room, and I want to use pistons to work on the dining room table. I think that will look good, but other than that, I don't think I'm going to be doing too much redstone work, so I do apologize, even though that's technically what this series is about, but that's just the way it's going to work. Now for the good news. So I mentioned a few videos ago that myself and Gaming Cyclone were working on a map project. I'll go ahead and show on screen a picture of our latest work that we've been doing, because we have been tweeting out on Twitter our progress in screenshots. So if you guys don't follow either of the two of us on Twitter, that's a good way to know about the progress, but that's not necessarily the good news. The good news is that the project is actually almost complete, which means you guys will actually get to play that map here relatively soon. But the thing is, Gaming Cyclone and I, we're looking for beta testers. We're not looking for too many beta testers. I do want to go ahead and mention that this is in fact a two-player co-op map. Just be aware that it's a puzzle map as well. So if you guys are interested, I did in fact tweet out earlier today, or technically yesterday by the time the video goes out, that we are looking for beta testers. So you can either reply to said tweet, or you can go ahead and let me know down in the comments if you are interested in beta testing for this map. We do not need too many beta testers. We only need like maybe 4 or so. So I just want to let you guys know about that. If you guys don't manage to get into the actual beta testing itself, don't be too upset. There's a number of you guys who have been following me for my maps, so I just want to let you guys know that it's not going to be possible to get everyone in, and plus, you guys are going to get to play the map regardless if you beta test or not. So, now that I've basically wasted like a good 4 minutes of this video, yeah, that's how long it took. So, I just wanted to kind of explain what was going on, and so yeah, so let's go ahead and not waste too much more time and go ahead and get started on the actual interior decorating of this place. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry I wasted as much time as I did, but I kind of need to explain a few things to you guys. That's kind of the reason why I did what I did. Hopefully you guys will at least forgive me for that. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe extend the wall out to about here. And I'm also thinking that maybe you don't have to specifically go into the kitchen to get to the dining room. You can actually get there from another part of the house, which would be actually relatively well, logical. It'll have to be it'd be extremely logical to do it like that. And so I'm thinking maybe, yeah, this will look good for the size of the table. So you guys probably already know what's going on because I've got redstone blocks, I've got pistons. Fairly obvious what I'm doing with this. Now, admittedly, this may look a little bit weird because we have posts on every single one of the pistons, but at least it's a nice table. At least I like to think it's a nice table. And I'm thinking maybe moving this out a little bit further, and this is something I was not aware about. That if you break a piston while it's extended in creative mode, it will actually go ahead and give you the piston back. That's actually kind of interesting. I was not aware about that. So let me pull out some dirt to fill this place in. So I'm thinking maybe extending out a little bit further. So I'm thinking maybe about to here. Yeah, that should be fine. Although I should probably break these blocks again. There are 4 blocks that I didn't need to place back down, but whatever. Now obviously, like I said, this is going to be more like an interior decorating episode, so it's fairly obvious that you're not going to be able to use this as an actual dining room table. It's more for looks. But it should look relatively nice. Or at least that's the goal. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use quartz stairs for the seating arrangements for this table. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to do it as big as I did. That looks really good. That looks really, really good. Maybe I'm kind of bragging about that, so I don't know why I'm doing that. So yeah, this is basically where the dining room is going to be, like I said. And I did also say I want to up a little spot where they could actually come in from another part of the house. I think maybe right here would be a good spot to do. Yeah, this will be a good spot to do that with. Now, I am sort of thinking this place is not going to be a normal shape. I mean, it's going to be a bit of an odd shape for a building, which I'm going to try to do my best to kind of fix. I can't make any promises because I am just kind of winging this whole project. I mean, or at least this part of the project anyway. And you know what? Let's open this up right here. Yeah, this should look good. And I'm thinking maybe this tree might be a problem. Actually, no, I think it should be fine. It should be perfectly fine. So, here's kind of what I'm thinking for part of this room. I want to have a bit of a chandelier above this table. So I'm thinking maybe right about here. Yeah, this should be fine. So if I do something like this, I don't know how big I want to make this chandelier though. Maybe I can do something like this. Yeah, that looks nice. And again, I say that as I'm building it, I'm not even done building it. So if I do something like this, and then I put down torches along the corners, just like this. Yeah, there we go. That looks really good. I like this. Kind of makes the dining room look, I don't know, makes it look really cool to me, or at least personally, I think it looks really cool. Although now that I'm looking at it, it does look like it's a little bit tall in here. And it looks like, let me go ahead and test this out. How high does this come in relation? Okay, so it's meeting up with this part of the wall. You know what, this should be perfectly fine. I'll just make the dining room a larger room. Although most dining rooms in most homes to begin with aren't usually this large. But you know what, it should be fine. And I don't necessarily know if these torches alone are going to end up being enough to light up the actual dining room itself. I'll have to test that. I'm probably going to do that testing off camera though, because I'm kind of busy working on walling this place off, obviously. But I think this should be fine. I'm really liking the design that I have for this dining room as it is. So maybe if I come up a few blocks like here. Well, obviously I'm going to be coming up a few blocks there anyway. And let me go and cover up the rest of this wall. This should... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and see how much of this room is actually lit up by these torches alone. Because I know I just said that I probably wasn't going to end up doing that on camera, but I am a little bit curious. Because I want to make sure I place down at least some form of light on the inside somewhere if this isn't enough. My gosh, I did not expect this dining room to be as large as it is, but it just kind of happened. Oh, whatever. So, moment of truth is actually coming up relatively soon. I probably should stop talking as I'm building because I'm probably annoying some of you guys. You probably just want me to go ahead and finish the ceiling, edit this part out, but this shouldn't take too long. This admittedly shouldn't take too long to finish. And it's already starting to look like it's not going to be lit up enough. Yeah, definitely looks like I'm going to have to add in some other form of lighting into this room. Which I suppose isn't too big of a problem. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need some form of other lighting in this room. Actually, I have an idea. Let's go ahead and put some of these blocks up. I suppose what I can do is I can pull out some redstone lamps and some levers. Let's go ahead and place a redstone lamp here. Let's place a redstone lamp here, it's not going to be enough to light up this entire place. I don't think, but it should at least help. And I have no idea why that lagged to show me that the lever was there. A little bit of an annoying thing, but whatever. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more light in here somehow. Yeah, I could put a lamp right here. I'm fairly certain if I put a lamp here, it should not interfere with the remainder of the redstone going down here, which, by the way, I said I was going to fill these with bone meal in between episodes. I unfortunately did not manage to get around to doing it. I was working on other projects. I did say I was going to do that, but I didn't get around to it, which I suppose isn't too big of a problem. Alright. I'd say this looks pretty good so far. And my initial thought about this tree being in the way, yeah, I was right the second time. It's not going to be in the way at all. So I'm thinking maybe, let me go ahead and cover up some of this redstone because no one really wants to see this. I'm thinking maybe I can put the living room somewhere right nearby. And admittedly, I said there's probably not going to be too much redstone, but here's what I'm thinking about the living room. I'm going to set up a TV system because I think that's going to look really cool. And I want to have set up like a hidden speaker system because let me go ahead and show you how I'm thinking about doing this. So if I come back downstairs and there's, okay, there we go. So you guys probably remember this. So I did in fact have a simple hidden crafting table right here. I'm thinking about maybe setting up a similar circuit for a hidden speaker system. The only complication that I'm going to face setting something like that up is that, well, I want to have the speaker system extended from the wall. And most likely on the floor. So let me go ahead and kind of exemplify what I mean and which page are the note blocks on, because that's what I want to use. Oh, here we are. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's just let's pull out a few blocks just to give an example. So let's say this isn't where it's going to end up going, but let's just say the TV is like right here or something. I want to set up so that the speaker system goes kind of like this, and then at the flick of a lever, these speaker systems will disappear and they'll be replaced by something else. That's kind of what I'm thinking for the living room. Now, that might be, I want to say it might be slightly complicated to set up. It shouldn't be horribly complicated. I mean, I managed to figure out the whole hidden crafting table system down there. It's going to be the exact same circuit. You know what? No, I'm not going to go down there. I don't need to expose. I've already kind of finished down there. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as far as how the living room is going to set up, obviously I'm going to have to set up an actual, like, living area itself. I need to kind of think of ideas as to how I'm going to set that up. I mean, obviously I'm going to need, like, sofas, maybe coffee table or something. I have to do a little bit of experimenting around, see what blocks would look good. And actually, come to think of it, there is actually one block in particular that I am looking to use that would look really good for a couch. I'm not going to spoil anything just yet. I'm just going to go ahead and wait until that episode comes out, and then I'll experiment on it. I think it should look relatively good for a sofa. We'll see how things go. I mean, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be talking about this. But yeah, that's basically kind of what I have in mind. Just kind of finishing this off here. Maybe I could make the ceiling of the dining room at least one block higher so it matches up with right here. And why on earth did I go ahead and do this? Because this is where the upstairs is going to be leading off to. Alright. But you know what? I'd like to say I made quite a bit of progress in this episode. I know it was mostly like placing down like walls and stuff, but we got done the actual dining room itself, which I know isn't too heavily decorated. Maybe I might consider putting in maybe some glass windows to the outside. Yeah, I think some glass windows would definitely look good in here. So maybe if I put a glass window in like right here, that's adding in a lot more light than the whole redstone lamp thing. Okay, I wish I had thought of that earlier. That looks really good. Nice big window. And you know what? For the heck of it, let's put another one down right here, because why not? Wish I had thought about this earlier, because this looks really good and it's letting a whole bunch of light in. Then again, that does mean it's going to end up being dark should nighttime come. But yeah, this looks really good. Now, I don't know. Can you see? Yeah, you can see the levers a little bit. Unless what I do for the lever situation so that you can't actually see the levers is to go ahead and come around, place them down here. If I go ahead and get rid of, yeah, that means the redstone lamp is still in fact active. But yeah, there we go. There's the dining room all done. Although I am thinking about maybe raising this up one more block so it's in line with this. But other than that, I'd like to say this was relatively good progress. I mean, admittedly we didn't do a whole heck of a lot. It was mainly mostly like placing down walls and stuff. But, I mean, we got some nice decoration in this place, which is kind of what the whole house needed to begin with, because we really haven't done too much of that just yet. But on that, I think this is probably a good place to go ahead and end the video. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, then make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Studios. Thank you guys for watching, and just a quick reminder, if you guys are interested in beta testing the puzzle map, it is a 2-player co-op puzzle map, please make sure to let me know down in the comments section below. I don't need too many. I'm going to get what I can for beta testing. It's not done yet, but it will be out relatively soon for beta testing. So yeah, with that, I will see you guys later.